Hey, what up guys, it's FayDid-Gaming. I just wanted to bring you the ultimate Fafnir guide. I'm talking abilities, relics, items, it's all here. And before you guys say anything, I've played a lot of Fafnir. I've played Fafnir for multiple seasons. I've played Fafnir so much I've got like 20, 30 stars. Just absolutely favorite god. Play him all the time. Alright, so the first ability I want to break down for you guys is Fafnir Stun, his one. So, it's got a really long cooldown, and one thing you're going to really notice is that if you miss it, you're going to really lose a lot of impact for the fight. Another thing to remember is that the stun scales, or it lasts longer the more you upgrade it, so it's always the first ability that you want to put points into if you can. Alright, so let's talk about Fafnir's second ability. His buff. So what it does is it heals Fafnir right away for a little bit of health, and it puts a damage and attack speed steroid on whoever's around you and you choose to put it on. So it's really important to drop that on your carry or on your mage. Sometimes if you have like a warrior that has a lot of attack speed or an assassin, it can be really effective to put it on that assassin or that warrior as well. But just make sure you're dropping it at key moments to pair up with your teammates' abilities or their attack damage. This second ability is really what makes a good Fafnir shine. If you can get your steroid right on them, right before they land like a cuckoo lands their ult or something, it's almost a guaranteed kill. Alright, so now let's move into his third ability, his dash. So it has a really long range, and it allows you to kind of keep up with like a Yanis hopping through walls, or any kind of carries dash or anything like that. And it also disarms when you land, so you can use it in two kind of facets. You can use it to escape, you can use it to kind of jump right in on their carry, disarm them, hit them with the stun. It's a really good setup for the stun. It also is a really excellent escape for if you ever are too deep and need to jump right over a wall or something to get out. Alright, so that's it for his dash, but now let's move into Fafnir's ult. So Fafnir's ult's kind of crazy. You go invulnerable / intargetable for a little bit, and then you explode out, dealing a damage over time debuff to the enemy team. And another thing that's going to happen is now you're a dragon, and all of your other abilities are going to have extra kind of things going on. So your stun, it's now going to have a penetration effect that stacks on top of it, as well as extra damage over time. Your second ability is now going to be an AoE, and you can fit your whole team in there, and you can just hit them with that whole damage and attack speed buff for everybody. And I think it actually does more damage when you're in dragon form. The heal might even be bigger as well. And so another thing to remember when you're a dragon is that your disarm on your third ability gets upgraded to a stun. And so if you dash onto him, hit him with that first stun from the dash, it's really easy to land up that second stun from the stun, or from your one, and vice versa. If you hit him with the one, you can get some extra seconds of stun by hitting him with your three. Again, it's going to have an extra damage over time stacked on top of that as well. So all your abilities pretty much have damage over time except for your two, when you're in dragon form or when you got that steroid going for your dragon. Another thing to remember is that your dash is going to have a lot of extra range when you're in dragon form. It makes it a lot easier to catch up to people, or run them down, stun them, and just pick up a lot more kills. People that normally would get away, you're able to kind of get up on them and take them down before they can escape. Alright, so let's move into the glyphs. Usually when I'm starting up, I'll grab Heavenly Wings, and that was always my go-to. I've always really liked Heavenly Wings because it can allow your team to have a bunch more movement to catch up, to push into a kill, or retreat to get everyone out of a kill. It doesn't really have a lot of impact, as far as like a Vulcan ult coming in, hitting your team, or Zeus ult, and so I try to avoid a lot of that damage. And Fafnir has a lot of mobility, so I feel like that pairs with the Heavenly Wings really well. The next one on the list here is the Magical Shell, and that's kind of like the if they have that Vulcan ult, or if they have that Zeus, you can pop the Magical Shell to just prevent that ult, or prevent a lot of damage that's coming into your team really instantly. It's really nice for protecting your carries or protecting your mage, but I really do prefer the Heavenly Wings to the Magic Shell. The last item on the list, it's more of a newer kind of, well, not new. It's newer this season, but I've been phasing it out for a while. But that's the Cloak of Meditation. And Fafnir has a lot of mana problems, and this item allows you to kind of explore different builds that don't have any mana on them, or, you know, in my opinion, I just get the Chalice, and that kind of counters that. But the Cloak of Meditation can definitely be a solution for the mana problems. And now with the upgraded Cloak of Meditation, the Cloak of Aesthetics, now you can really save your team. It'll act almost like a magic shell, or an improved version of the magic shell. And now let's take a second to talk about the starter items. One of the big ones that I'm building is the Sansa Time. It gives you a lot of mana regen. Like I said, Fafnir has a lot of mana problems, and this item solves that completely. Another starter item that I've been grabbing is the Tainted Steel. And this item is absolutely amazing in this med comp, or with any healers on their team. Fantastic item. Alright, now let's get right into the items. So first on this list is the Gauntlet of Thebes. This item is absolutely amazing. It gives you split stacks of magic protection and physical protection. It's absolutely the best support item, because usually you'll find that Fafnir has a lot of trouble clearing the minion wave, especially early. And by the time that you can clear the minion wave efficiently all by yourself, you'll have this item fully stacked. So, you know, in my opinion, Gauntlet of Thebes is absolutely one of the best Fafnir items. After that, I got the Heartward Amulet. Now, this item is really solid because it gives everyone around you more magic protections, but also because it upgrades into this item that if you hit them, well, they'll be casting abilities around you, and then when you hit them, it'll silence them for 1.5 seconds, which I feel stacks on top of his kit really, really well. You know, having that auto that silences on top of the you know, stun and everything to get up right up on him to hit him. Another really awesome item is the Void Stone. I use this item all the time, especially if they have a magic heavy team. This item gives you an aura of magic pen around you, and then it also gives you some magic protections and some magic power. And one of the reasons why I like this item so well is because you are really sticky. Like, you can stick to the enemy team really well. You can, you know, hop right up into all three of them and start hitting them and decide, and you can get that pull down, and you can really initiate fights really well and get the maximum benefit from that aura a lot of the time. Another item that I want to really say is the Spear of Magus. Because of the way your damage over time abilities work, I feel like the Spear of Magus stays on them for a really long time, especially when you're in dragon form. You hit them with all those dots, and then you get a consistent 7% damage increase to your whole hand. I really like that. Last up is the Chronos Pendant. Now, this item is absolutely super strong on Fafnir, having 20% cooldown, and then that ability, or the passive on top of that, that lowers your cooldowns by 1 second every like 8 seconds or something. It makes it so that you can really chain stun people when you're in your ult. So you can hit them with the 1, hit them with the 3, wait a second, maybe you have a Artemis on your team, trap them, ult them, and then you will actually be able to get a whole nother combo off on them before you go human. And so I really like the Chronos Pendant. Really adds a lot of damage to your dragon form. Alright, I just got a couple things I gotta clear up before we get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. One thing I want to say is I forgot to say, at least, is that Fafnir's auto attacks get changed into Fire Breath when he's in dragon mode. Super awesome, especially when you buff yourself with your A, and then you're just breathing fire, just constantly shredding them down. Man, it's super satisfying. I love the Fire Breath. Forgot to talk about it. Another thing, Breastplate of Valor. That's an armor item that I'm pretty much always building. Forgot to talk about that one, but again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it if you guys like this. Like and subscribe. I'll make more. I'll make way more.